Hello, and welcome back to Pixel Glory HDR. This time around I will take a closer look at a game called The Medium, which is the very first exclusive game for the next-gen Xbox environment. That of course includes the PC, but I guess Microsoft doesn't care for details like that because, in the end, Windows is another Microsoft product. What you see here is gameplay recorded on Xbox Series X. So, let's start, shall we? But before I get going, if you like this kind of content, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, in which you can find English and German content. You can also find a link to my Patreon account in the description below. The Medium is a horror adventure made by the Polish studio Bloober Team. It turns out to be an exploration-driven, rather decelerated game with lots of rather easy puzzles and a huge portion of mystery storytelling. It involves a huge demon which haunts the deserted leftovers of an old hotel.
Don't look at me!
The major feature in this game is the parallel display of two dimensions, the world of the living and the realm of the dead, which the protagonist, Marianne, can explore simultaneously when a split screen appears. However, she also jumps back and forth between those two worlds when touching special mirrors, which highlights the efficiency of fast memory. I guess that would not have worked on the old Xbox One due to its sluggish hard drive. What I like most about this game is the art design. It is a fascinating mixture of morbid curiosity, slight disgust, and, some X-Files flair that keeps you on your toes. It wraps itself tighter and tighter around your neck with every minute. Actually, it's the contrast between the two dimensions which has a lot of influence on the mood, because the desolate world of the living is by no means more inviting than its counterpart. Lots of graphical elements work hand in hand when it comes to the desolation of the surroundings. All that bare concrete and forced friendly but subliminally cold advertising posters of the supposed vacation paradise, well, they smack your soul like a cold rinsed terry towel. The art design of the world of the dead, which is based on the pictures of an artist called Zdzisław Beksinski, is captivating with its mushroom-like interweavings, wildly growing strands of skin and bones and organic-looking fractal fragments. And yet, this world seems warmer. Not necessarily friendly, but more balanced than the world of the living, which is usually the result of a reddish-brown color cast. Well, at least as long as the lighting doesn't immerse the surroundings in a black-blue ambience. Creepy camera angles, some rare but visible ray tracing reflections, and the thoughtful use of light and shadow enhance the experience on Xbox Series X and PC. Since I don't have an Xbox Series S, I can't tell you how it's looking there. But I guess it's pretty close except for the resolution. Well, but even on the stronger console and on PC, it isn't all glorious. The HDR color scheme, for example, while potentially great, it appears somewhat rough at the seams in my opinion. In the first chapter with its grey on grey, it barely allows a prominent element to shine. The first impression even suggests that the game was designed in SDR. Strong contrasts only come up in the hotel, but appear far too strong at times, which generates a lot of crushed blacks and overlit highlights. I analyzed the color spectrum, and my results show that most of the time the game is at its limits in both the light and the dark areas, even with conservatively calibrated values. Long story short, it all doesn't hold a candle compared to the excellent Resident Evil Village demo. Actually, I have the feeling that there might be a simple algorithm in place, something like, Xbox Auto HDR. That's a pity, since the scenery would have profited a lot more from some subtle nuances. Okay, it's not like the game is perfect in any other aspect either. For example, I find the gameplay to be lacking a lot of profile, since the puzzles are way too easy, and the only major enemy, which is called the Maw, is very, very stupid. He is frightening, but stupid. And while the idea with the split worlds is very interesting, it has a lot of technical caveats, despite relying on fixed camera angles most of the time. For instance, the frame rate remains at 30 frames per second, which is okay for an adventure game like that, but it stutters almost permanently due to irregular frame pacing. At the same time, the resolution can drop from real 4K to just Full HD all of a sudden, especially when showing split screen. And on top of that, some textures take a lot of time to load, which reminds me of the old days with Unreal Engine 3 on Xbox 360. So in the end, the Medium doesn't turn out to be the first of the new Microsoft exclusive games that counters the excellent Sony library of exclusives. But after all, it was made by a small studio with limited resources. It's a good start in the right direction, but with lots of room for improvement. Well, I'm absolutely sure that future exclusives will turn out much better. Well, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, so you keep an eye on my channel. Have fun gaming!
But it's your lucky knife.
And now it's yours. You'll need it. I'm leaving tomorrow.
What? No!